Well, hello and welcome to another video of mine. I am Craggs and I'm going to be doing a video, because you probably guessed that already. And it's going to be about Pete Hines having a wee nitter-natter to some other guy about Fallout 76, and we'll see what this fanny has got to say for himself now that he has officially come out of hiding and is talking to the public again. I've got a funny feeling that he's going to be like detached from reality, like how detached the moon is from the earth. Maybe not, maybe I'll be wrong. I kind of doubt it though. So when I do all my replies to Pete and that other fella, you'll be seeing gameplay of most likely Doom Eternal, if not another Doom game, right? Now I know he's talking about Doom Eternal in this one and other games that are coming up, but I'm here specifically for Fallout 76. So that's the bits that I will be covering in this video. Let's get into it, right?
What's up, everybody? Welcome to We Have Cool Friends, the cool show where we interview our cool friends about the cool things they're doing.
Now, nae harm to the guy that's, presenting this debacle, but he comes across as a massive douche-badong.
How did Bethesda get to this point? I remember when Fallout 76 happened and everything was going wrong, it seemed, and every day there was something else in the news.
Sure felt like it.
Oh, God.
Yep. It was definitely a reminder that anytime you try and do something pretty different, like we knew that there was risk with that, right?
Sure,
like we weren't just doing the safe and narrow, like let's just churn out single player Fallout Elder Scrolls games every year or every other year or do these things, right? We tried something that was a pretty big change of direction for that studio. And just because it didn't go well doesn't mean you shouldn't do that. It just means you need to learn the lessons from when you did it, what didn't work well, so that the next time you try something really different, hopefully you avoid some of those problems and issues.
Well, answer that other guy's question first. How did Bethesda get to this point? They fucked up. Simple, plain and fucking simple. Now, I don't have a problem with things changing or evolving, but you need to listen to your customer base a little bit closer. People didn't want an online-only Fallout game. No one fucking wanted that. You wanted it so you could wring as much money out of us as you possibly could with microtransactions. Whether that was what you'd admit at the start, which it kind of was. You said, well, they're going to be microtransactions, but they're not going to be game-breaking microtransactions. They're going to be microtransactions that are just cosmetic only, which later on became to be a huge fucking lie. Where you could buy repair kits for your equipment and your guns, and you could buy them as many as you want in the microtransaction store. Not to mention the price of some of these microtransactions was fucking outrageous, like $20 for a paint job for your power armor. No. Anyway, yeah, Bethesda got here because they listened to corporate greed, and I think that really came more from ZeniMax, but we'll hopefully pick up more on this later. Now, I get what he's saying here about not doing the same bog standard shit time and time again. That's fine. Have a bit of change. But don't do things you're not comfortable with. Online only, you clearly didn't know what the fuck you were doing. You had umpteen studios working on this game for 3 years, maybe more than 3 years, who knows. Might as went as far back as... But you absolutely screwed the pooch, and not only did you not really acknowledge it quick enough or see what the game was like when you had your playtesters come in, or your fancy famous YouTubers flying them in across the world, and they were saying, like, this is shite, mate. Not once did you go, do you know what, maybe we should delay this by a couple of years because it's clearly not ready. Clearly not fucking ready. I played the beta and whoo-hoo, fuck me, that was bad. Then I stupidly bought the game and played it for about an hour and then promptly left it on the shelf for probably about a year, then losing my patience with what I was hearing with Bethesda over and over again. I put the fucking thing in the bin. But it's good that they're not abandoning it, I suppose, but you need to learn, like he said, you need to learn from your mistakes. Don't ever do this shit again. See, your microtransactions, they better not appear in fucking Starfield or Elder Scrolls. They fucking better not. Your fucking coat is on a shaky nail as it is, pal. Fucking sort it.
Is that what Wastelanders is?
Certainly to some extent. I mean, it's a lot of our belief was always, well, we're going to put this thing out and then see what folks like and don't like and what they want more of and what they want less of. And Wastelanders is definitely a response to that. I mean, there's definitely things that players have done that we didn't really think would happen. Like the fact that by and large folks just aren't all that interested in PvP. They really enjoy more either just interacting in some way, like going to visit each other's camps.
Now they talk about Wastelanders being a lesson learned. Well, the lesson really should be not to do this, and what I would actually do is take Fallout 76, cut out all the mandatory connection pish that you have to have, has to be online, have to have Xbox Live, turn it into a base single player Fallout game that has some co-op. That's all you had to do. So it was really quite a simple fix, but you decided to go down a road that you didn't know, weren't comfortable with, and absolutely made a mess of. And well, hats off you for trying something different, but hats back onto you because you were following a trend, and nothing's ever going to convince me of that otherwise. Things that he says here will just be pure corporate speak. Pure corporate damage control. It's saying that folk aren't interested in PvP. No fucking shit. We do not come to Fallout for a Call of Duty experience. How did you not figure this out sooner? What the fuck is wrong with you? Oh, I know what's wrong with you. Activision's got online fucking microtransactions. Ubisoft's doing it. EA's doing it. Brilliant. And they're all making complete fucking cunts of it as well, by the way. Like The Division, void of content, Anthem. Oh, another game I put in the fucking bin because it's a waste. So, no, folk don't want online it just proves that they don't want it by what's happened over the last couple of years. Oh, but no one's engaging in PvP. It's because the shooting in Fallout is fucking shite. It's not good enough for that. Besides, if they want to play PvP shooters, Call of Duty, Battlefield, Battlefront, a myriad of free ones like PlanetSide 2 and fucking Apex Legends and Fortnite, and you're like, I know what our customers want. Our customers come to us for single player games, big RPGs, open world dialogue choices. Let's take all of that out and put in a really shoddy PvP mode. Aye, oh my fucking days.
Why make those kind of games?
I mean, the main reason was that the studio felt like multiplayer and a shared experience was something that was brought up the most by folks who play Elder Scrolls games and Fallout games that they made, and they wanted to expand a little bit and try something different, not to the exclusion of ever making the kind of games that they're known for, right? Which was why they announced Starfield when we talked about others, because we wanted folks to understand, look, we're going to make another single-player epic role-playing game. We're not done with that. We just wanted to try something that was more shared and online to see what that was like, so that we have that experience, so that if down the road we ever want to try it again, like, well, we have some experience with this kind of thing. Otherwise, you do get pigeonholed into, like, I'm only ever making this kind of game. I mean, I think I've mentioned this to you before, but you don't get Horizon Zero Dawn if that team sticks to what they were known for and had always made. They pivoted and tried something that I think is substantially different than what they had made before.
It's the talk about people wanting more shared experiences, multiplayer, whatever. I think the most folk ever wanted was co-op in Fallout 4. All you had to do was release a wee add-on, a wee patch. Boom! Multiplayer in Fallout 4. Maybe even add to the map slightly. Or even have, like, Fallout 76, maybe cut that in half and have that as a multiplayer portion. So if you need to travel to it via fast travel or vehicle, you have a loading screen, so you're not just going to wander straight into it. But I don't think people wanted a live services Fallout game. Nah, not a chance. People want good games. People need to have assurances that you're going to make those games. And right now you're not. And you're just screwing it up one more time after another. It's ridiculous. But you do whatever you want to do. You will anyway, but maybe challenge that a wee bit. No! So they're now wanting folk to know that, we're not done with our single player games. We wanted to try something new. You didn't have to do a live service game though. You could have done anything. Why don't you go, we're Bethesda and we've been making Fallout and Elder Scrolls for donkey's years now. We're going to try our hand at a smaller game, maybe a linear first-person shooter, maybe an open-world action game that's not focused on RPG mechanics, has no RPG mechanics. There was hundreds of different things, but to say you want to try something new and then you just shove Fallout in our faces but put it online, that's not really anything new, is it? Live services aren't new. Fallout isn't new, so you say you wanted to make something new, you just wanted to make more money. Get back to what you know. Start making single player games again. Don't do this ever again, and see the microtransactions, don't put them in your future titles.
You're hoping that when you try something risky and different that you end up with Horizon Zero Dawn and not with a lot of bumps and issues, but that doesn't mean you're doing it for the wrong reason.
Sure. And I have to imagine, like you're talking about, right? Like, it's double-edged in a couple of ways, where on the one hand, keep making the same kind of thing, the same single-player role-playing epics, right? And everybody's happy until it's the same thing again. It's the same engine. It's the same whatever. We're all mad about that, and now we're going to public opinion swing on that.
Right.
But also there's what you're talking about of you have creative types making creative games and wanting to, I assume, branch out and do different things.
Stretch their legs a little bit.
Right.
Yeah.
And so if you keep them boxed in, then what happens to them? They leave, they go to a different studio, they start their own.
Sure. I mean, the same argument could be made, like, well, why bother making Starfield when you know what everybody wants is the Elder Scrolls 6? Well, it's a combination of things, not the least of which is the studio wanted to work on something else that wasn't just the two IPs that they had been developing exclusively since I joined in 99.
The team that made Horizon Zero Dawn, Guerrilla Games, were known for the Killzone franchise, ropey franchise, and they have since improved that over the years from Killzone 1 to 2 to 3. Shadowfall, a lot of folk didn't like. It was just a story I had an issue with. And then they went on to Horizon Zero Dawn, which has probably been painstakingly made over a number of years and years, I'd say. So yes, they changed, but they gave the game the due care and attention that it needed. And you didn't do that with Fallout 76. You just went, fuck it, that'll do. It's a live service game. Nobody expects these games to come out finished. Come on, you can't be that daft. You're the vice president of this company and you're sitting there going, we need to change, we need to try something new, and then it's just a mess and you really sit unfinished and you're sort of blind to that. I don't get it. Fucking so annoying. It's like, well, they changed, so we should change. Well, it's not really how that should work. They jumped off a cliff. Would you jump off a cliff? Probably. Only Bethesda would probably explode at the bottom of it, whereas Guerrilla Games would survive, I dare say. But yeah, what the... Yeah.
The kind of player who gets lost in these worlds, right? And I think for you guys in particular, right, this game that launched in a state you weren't happy with, certain players weren't happy with, everybody knew there could be...
I mean, we can go further than just certain players.
People
weren't happy with I'm pretty self-aware. Yeah,
I know you are.
Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't call you on here.
Yeah, it was more than certain.
All right, everybody hated and thought it sucked.
There was
Is
enough
that what
of
you
those. Yeah.
No, you're not kidding. Everybody thought it sucked. Everyone thought it was fucking dreadful. Fucking dreadful. Including myself. Not that you'd ever have guessed that, but sucked wasn't a word for it. Reviled is probably a little bit closer to what I would have said. Reviled. It was very loathed entirely.
How much of games industry, podcast articles, whatever, chatter, do you pay attention to about Fallout 76 at this point?
If it's somebody that I know actually plays the game, then yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But if it's just like, here's somebody else putting up their video because they know it gets clicks and like talking crap about 76 gets you lots of, then like I have no interest. Like,
sure.
Okay, dokie, that was a spicy one from the fucking Heinz Master. Master of Jobby. That's me actually, fuck him. He can't have that title. So he says that he's only interested in hearing from folk that actually play the game. Well, if you've just put a Fallout 76 video up on YouTube, you're just doing it for clicks, aren't you? That's a great way of just dismissing fucking actual criticism, innit? Innit, Pete? What about beyond the realm of possibility that somebody can actually play the game and put them up online? Does that no happen? I played Fallout 76. I've been a Bethesda Fallout fan since Fallout 3, and I think your game, Fallout 76, is a heap of fucking shit. So, did I not actually play the game? What do you mean by that? You're just trying to dodge criticism because you know you've made a fucking mistake. Just say, we've made a fucking mistake. Do you know what? See, everyone that bought Fallout 76, we'll refund them. And then we'll fucking take it down. And we'll never do this shite again. And we'll maybe actually stick to it with the fuck we know. What a fucking tool that man is. $2! Are you paying attention to stuff that matters? No, I wouldn't think you would. Because see, if you really were, the game wouldn't still be in a fucking state worse than fucking fuck. Weren't you banning folk that were fucking reporting problems with Fallout 76? Aren't there bugs in Fallout 4 that people patched out, modders patched out in the actual Fallout 4 that made it their way over to Fallout 76 and you've done nothing about them? Like the infinite amount of times you're going to port Skyrim with the same bugs over and over again? Mate, you just make yourself look worse the more you fucking talk. Because you know what? See, at this point, we all know it's crap. We all know you're lying. We all know you don't give a fuck other than the dollars and the cents and the pounds and the pence. Go fuck yourself.
What has been the internal / audience, the hardcore, what you're seeing numbers wise reaction for Fallout First? Because I feel like that was in the same vein, right?
Yeah.
Where you guys announced Fallout First and everybody wants to shit on. And it's like, I remember being like, this seems, I don't play Fallout currently, so I don't know how much a private server is needed or what this, you know what I mean, or whatever.
Right.
It's always, what's something worth? It's what you're willing to pay. And what is the Fallout 76 audience willing to pay? I don't know.
Well, let's be clear. I mean, like anything, it was created for folks, for some percentage of our existing player base that we thought wanted that.
Yeah.
And you usually tend not to do these things in terms of raw numbers. You're usually looking at a percentage, right?
Yeah.
What percentage of our monthly active users do we think will be interested? Well, it's probably around here. We were above that number for the first month, and it's gone up every subsequent month since we put it out. All of the criticism and anger and so forth notwithstanding. But like, I guess what doesn't really resonate with me much is like, well, how come you want X? Like it's $100, and like I could get, Hulu only cost me this. Like, well, but I'm not asking you whether or not you want to subscribe to Hulu or you want to do this. I'm asking people who are playing a lot of Fallout 76 whether this is of value or not. And by the way, the $100, the reason they would want to do that is they say, I play so much Fallout 76. Yes, I would like to save 40 or 50 bucks over what I would spend across the course of a year, because instead of paying whatever it is a month, I'm in for $100 and I'm saving money. I want to do that.
Yeah.
Like that.
I'm absolutely fascinated to know who they thought actually wanted even more of a subscription debacle put onto this, because when you buy Fallout 76, you can't play it without Xbox Live Gold or PSN. So you're already paying £50 a year. Alright, it reaches more than one fucking game, but the point stands. If that was the only game you were playing online, you're already paying £50 a fucking year. So to then shove on another £100 a year for an infinite box that holds infinite amount of pish, junk, whatever, and then have the private servers put behind a paywall, which was never even hinted at. I just think this was really incredibly stupid and naive of them. They must have fucking known that this was going to blow up in their stupid face. Fucking Christ almighty. Mate, I'm getting more... do you know what? The more I listen to this man talk, the more I just don't want to have anything to do with Bethesda or most of the gaming industry, because it's just so fucking... so full of lies and what they thought. I mean, you don't listen to your customer base. How the fuck do you know what any of us want? We want multiplayer. I didn't want multiplayer in any Bethesda game, but like, some people were like, we would like co-op in Fallout 4 or something similar, co-op in Skyrim. Well, I know, we'll just give them a live service game with so many microtransactions shoved up its arse that are so hugely inflated that it just makes you sick. It makes you sick. Because a lot of the assets that are in that transaction store on Fallout 76 are already unlocked and free, well, mostly in Fallout 4. I'm not talking about the DLC content, that's fine, that's post-content stuff that came out for Fallout 4. You get that with every game, I'm fine with DLC coming out. But then you've got like a Santa hat, for instance, in Fallout 4, then all of a sudden in Fallout 76 it's $10. Yeah, Fuck you. I think the biggest issue with the Fallout First thing is why it actually needs to exist in the first place. Because what do you get for your money, for your buck? You get private servers that aren't actually all that private, I hear. You get... What else do you get? A trinket box for your shite. Of crafting materials. Who cares at this point? The problem with Fallout First is it's not of good value. It doesn't really benefit you in any real major way. They said that we were going to have private servers a year after the game released. There was no mention of a fucking subscription model for that then. So this is something that just went, how can we get even more money out of these stupid bastards that we call their customer base, huh? How can we wring them out of every fucking dime and bit of fluff that they own? I don't know. Let's put an overinflated fucking subscription model in a game that doesn't even fucking work properly. I can't imagine anybody would have wanted that other than your executives and you, Mr. Vice prick of Bethesda. Do you know what? I've come to a point in the video now where I'm actually fucking sick of listening to this tripe. I'm not finishing the video, it's over an hour long. This is as much as you're getting out of me. I'll leave a link to the video where I downloaded this off of YouTube and you can watch the whole thing if you fucking want to, but nah, I'm done. I think Bethesda are done for the time being anyway. Like I say, Starfield, Elder Scrolls 6, let's hope they return to what they do best. They wanted to make new games, fine. Can't say that Fallout 76 is trying something new because it's another fucking Fallout game. How many have we got at this point? Well, 4. Then there's the Tactics one. I know Bethesda didn't make them. Then you've got New Vegas, and now you get, so it's like fucking 7, 8 games down the line here. How's that new? How is that new? Putting it online only and having PvE and PvP setups is not new. It's not fucking new. It's been done to death. If I want to play a multiplayer game, I'll go play Call of Duty. I will not go to Fallout. That's fucking utterly ridiculous. Utterly ridiculous. And yeah, I hope they all fucking get what's coming to them, which is nothing. A big fat bonus of bugger all, based in percentages. Yeah, because 0% of 0% is still 0%, so they went, well, that's still a percentage in it, we'll just fucking do it. Don't be an idiot, don't get Fallout First, don't be an even bigger idiot like me, and do not buy this fucking game. Good night.